Hello. I'm Preston Foster, coming your way with another episode of Waterfront. Sully, everything shipshape?
Yes, sir, Captain John. Everything is spick and span, as soap and water and elbow grease can make it.
Carl leave yet?
I don't know, Captain John. I didn't see him go, but he sure don't waste no time these days making tracks.
Sure it doesn't. Carl? Oh, there you are. Oh, looks like you're in quite a hurry.
I am. Terry and I are going to the airport to see our folks off. Going to Honolulu.
Yeah? Well, what about your studies for your captain's papers?
Oh, they're coming along fine, Skipper. Right on schedule. Oh, there she is.
Stand by for a ram.
Hi.
Hi, darling. Thanks, Bates. You can take the boat back to the yacht now. Am I late?
No, we just got in. Your timing's perfect. So are you.
Hello, Terry.
Hello, Captain John. How are you today?
Fine. Say, that's a pretty fast boat you got there, young lady.
How would you like to go for a ride with me tomorrow? I'll show you.
No, thanks. I just saw you come across the channel.
We better go. We don't have much time.
Say goodbye to your mother and father for me, will you?
I will, Captain
Tell them I
John.
said happy landing.
Tell Mom not to wait up for me. We're driving out to Peroni's for dinner after the plane leaves. Maybe some dancing later.
Bye, Captain John.
Bye.
Oh, and say hello to Mrs. Herrick for me.
All right. Hello, Sally.
Hello, Captain John. I thought you were about doing here with your log report right on time.
I must be getting in a rut. Maybe I should have Carl bring him by the next time.
I hear Carl's been working pretty hard lately. Mr. Morgan tells me he'll soon be getting his papers.
Yeah, it won't be long now. He'll be the youngest skipper on the waterfront.
And one of the best.
I hope he doesn't have any trouble passing his exams.
Carl? Don't you worry about him. Why, he practically grew up on a tugboat.
Oh, he knows his job all right, but you know how he is with paperwork.
I should.
He'd probably still be in grammar school if you hadn't been around to help him with his homework.
Used to bribe me with ice cream cones.
So that's why his allowance was always overdrawn, huh?
Captain John, if there's anything I can do to help Carl with his exams...
Oh, I wouldn't want him to think we were conspiring.
You don't think for a moment he ever thought I helped him with his homework, do you?
You get more like Mom every day. How she keeps a man in tow without him suspecting. Really great.
Give her my love.
All right. Say, why don't you stop by and have supper with us some night on the way home? You're always welcome, you know.
Thanks. Maybe I will.
Good. Bye.
Bye, Captain John.
May? May?
In here, dear. What's all the heavy thought about?
Oh, nothing very much. I was just thinking about Carl and Terry.
Oh, that again. What have they done now?
Nothing more serious than having dinner at Peroni's. She picked him up at the dock, sent you her love.
John,
You really do like Terry, don't you?
Well, of course I do. How can anybody help liking her? She's pretty as a picture. She's always gay and happy. I can understand why Carl would fall in love with her.
But you still don't think she's the right girl for him.
I didn't say that.
I think Terry has a serious side to her. She has lots of common sense.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering how Carl can keep up with her. Mink coats, speedboats, dinner at Peroni's.
Just because a woman happens to have a mink coat doesn't mean that she can't be a good wife.
You never had a mink coat. Not even a skunk.
I've gotten along right well without one.
Yeah.
What's this?
Lobsters.
Oh, good. I'll broil them for supper.
I saw Sally today.
Oh. So that's what got you started on Carl and Terry again.
Can I help it if I like Sally? I always kind of thought she and Carl would get married when they grew up.
Just because they went to school together?
Well, she'd be a lot of help to Carl. She's part of the Waterfront. She's got it in her blood, and she knows the tugboat business.
Darling, it's a smart man who has enough sense to keep his nose out of other people's love affairs.
No, I was only thinking of Carl's happiness.
Why don't you just relax and let Carl pick out his own wife?
Well, it's going to be pretty nice having your own boat, huh?
Well, Mr. Cheryl Ann.
Coming home for dinner?
I was planning to take Terry to a movie, but I better get that chart of the harbor finished.
Yeah, time's creeping up.
I'll give Terry a call, see if she won't take a rain check.
Don't work too hard.
Hello? Oh, hello, darling. Oh, I'm fine. I was just starting to get dressed.
Look, baby, I think I better work on that harbor chart of mine tonight. Would you mind very much if I stood you up?
Well, of course I'd mind, but if it's work, that can't be helped.
Sorry, Terry. I know you don't want me to flunk my exams. What about tomorrow night? Okay, it's a date.
Bye, Carl. Hi.
Hi. Oh, Sally. Where'd you come from?
Oh, I was just taking a little walk. Saw the light here in the wheelhouse. Had a sudden yen to come aboard.
Gee, I'm glad to see you. Well, come in. It's been a long time.
Sure I'm not disturbing anything.
Oh, nothing that won't wait very long. Just trying to make a chart of the harbor.
So I see.
I know every buoy, whistle, and cable area from Terminal Island to South Pedro. When it comes to putting it on paper and drawing it to scale, Look. Looks more like San Fernando Valley than Los Angeles Harbor, huh?
Maybe I can help you. I know a little about this old harbor myself.
Yeah, it's all yours. I'll make some coffee. I could do with a cup myself. Fighting with that thing all night. There you go.
Smells good.
How's it coming?
Almost through.
I don't see how you do it. Paperwork gets me down. Drink your coffee. Get cold.
nice here.
It's a beautiful night.
You know, sometimes I think the waterfront's the most fascinating place in the world.
Gets under your skin, doesn't it? Here, heat this up.
No, thanks. I haven't got that enough.
I think that ought to do it.
It's perfect. Now, I don't see how you do it. Good old Sally. You always were a pal.
Don't call me that.
Huh?
I'm no older than you are, and I'm getting sick and tired of you calling me good old Sally all the time.
Sally, I didn't mean anything.
You've been doing it ever since we were in junior high, and I'm not going to stand for it any longer. Well, you've no right to call me old. Why, I'm younger than you are, almost 6 months.
Sally. Sally, you're crying. What in the world? I wouldn't say anything to hurt you. I wouldn't hurt you for anything in the world. You're the best friend a guy ever had. You know how I feel about you. Oh, Terry, well, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd run down and surprise you at your work. Well, it looks like I did.
Terry, but... Terry, wait a minute.
No.
Say, what's going on here?
It's all my fault. I had no business coming here.
Terry, listen to me.
No.
Wait till you know what it's all about.
You don't need to explain.
But you don't understand. Sally's a friend of mine. I said something to hurt her feelings. I was trying to tell her I was sorry.
I understand perfectly. Now, will you please let me go? I'm sorry, Carl.
Wasn't your fault. One of those things. Come on, I'll see you home.
Oh, no, don't bother. I'm used to getting about by myself.
No, it's late. Come on. Hello, I'd like to speak to Miss Van Buren, please. Oh, do you know when she'll be back? I see. Would you tell her that Carl Herrick called? Thank you.
Ah, snap out of it. She'll cool off as soon as she's had a chance to think it over.
I know appearances were against me, but at least she might give me a chance to explain.
You know what I'd do if it was me? I know it's none of my business, but
What?
I'd hightail it over there right now and make her listen to me.
I got time?
Sure, Lurleen doesn't sail 4 o'clock.
I can just make it.
Good luck.
I'll need it.
Carl show up yet?
Not yet, Skipper.
We'll shove off without him.
Yes.
Ready to cast off?
All set, Skipper.
Stand by, Saber. Casting off. Cast off. Oh, there you are. I thought we'd missed you.
I'll take the wheel.
Oh, what happened? Did you talk to her? Or would you rather not talk about it?
Nothing happened. She's gone.
Gone?
She's gone to Honolulu on the Lurleen. That's a laugh, isn't it? She's running out on me, and I'll be helping her. Take up the slack, Billy.
worry, Carl. She'll have 5.5 days to cool off.
I'm not sure I care whether she cools off or not.
That for me?
You're not the only man in this house. It's for Carl. He's taking Sally to the movies and needed a clean shirt.
He's taking her out pretty often lately, isn't he?
That's what you wanted, isn't it?
It's not what I want, honey. Is he still sore at Terry?
I don't know about that, but I know he's still in love with her.
You really think so, huh?
Of course I do. The way he's been moping around here since she went to Honolulu. John, please sit down over here. John, sit down, please.
Yes, dear.
Now listen to me. I know that Carl Herrick is Captain John Herrick's son. But whether you've thought about it lately or not, he's also my son. And I don't happen to like the way things are going.
I suppose you mean I should have minded my own business and let nature take its course, huh?
If you'll think back a few years, you'll remember that once you were in almost the same spot that Carl's in right now.
Yeah?
You should have remembered that before you interfered. Oh, darling, after all, if Carl's old enough to be a tugboat captain, he's old enough to pick out his own wife.
You're right. How come you're always right?
Oh, John, sometimes I could. But please don't ever change. Well, I hate to leave this nice company, but I have work to do. Maybe you better go and take a little walk, eh?
Hello, Captain John. May I come in?
Well, of course, Terry. When'd you get back?
Oh, about an hour ago. Came in on the plane.
How was Honolulu?
Fine.
What'd you do out there? Surfboarding, swimming, all that?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't, Captain John. I just stayed long enough to say hello to Mother and Dad, and I took the first plane back.
I think Carl will be kind of glad to see you.
Well, I called him at the house, but Mrs. Herrick said he'd gone out. I thought he'd be down here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you know Carl and I had a fight.
Yeah, I know.
I suppose you think I'm pretty stupid for losing my temper the way I did, huh?
I've been doing some pretty stupid things myself lately.
Yes, but Carl tried to tell me what happened, and I wouldn't even listen to him.
Well, I think there was something to be said on your side, too.
But I shouldn't mistrust him. There isn't anything to it, is there, Captain John?
Hmm?
Well, I mean about Carl and Sally.
Carl's known Sally ever since they were kids. They were practically raised together right here in San Pedro.
And I'm an outsider.
I don't believe Carl thinks that.
Well, I hope not. Captain John, could I drive you home? I have a gift I bought for Mrs. Herrick in Honolulu.
Well, it's kind of late. Maybe better drop by tomorrow, huh?
I see. Well, if Carl turned to Sally, it's my own fault. She must be quite a girl.
So are you.
Darling, I need some forks for the cake, please.
Okay. So there you are, Skipper. Just in time for cake and coffee.
I'd like to talk to you a minute.
Sure. Mom and Sally are in the kitchen.
Oh? Something I want to tell you, Carl.
Yeah?
The year before your mother and I were married, I nearly married someone else.
You married to somebody besides Mom?
We had a quarrel, and I almost rushed into something that I'd have regretted all my life.
You're trying to tell me I shouldn't see so much of Sally, huh?
Carl, Terry's back from Honolulu.
How do you know?
I just saw her. She was down at the Cheryl Ann. She's looking for you.
Oh?
You are still in love with her, aren't you?
I guess I am.
And don't you think you better tell Sally? She doesn't exactly hate you, you know.
I didn't realize she felt that way about me. I guess I always took her for granted.
It's a bad habit all men have.
That's right. Well, I'll tell her about Terry, and I'm sure she'll understand.
I'll get it.
I got tired of waiting.
May, we got company.
Hello, Carl.
Hello, Terry.
Why, Terry.
Just came in on the plane this afternoon.
Oh, what a nice surprise. How was Honolulu?
I haven't the vaguest idea, Mrs. Herrick. I just stayed long enough to buy you this.
For me?
It's just a little coral pin set.
Oh, you really shouldn't have, Terry.
I thought it was rather pretty.
Why, it's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, Terry, I don't believe you know Sally. It's Miss Van Buren. Sally Mason.
How do you do, Miss Van Buren? I think I owe you an apology. I guess I misjudged you both. It was a natural mistake, Miss Van Buren. Well, I should have known Carl better. And please, don't call me Miss Van Buren. All right, Terry. And next time, I'll try not to be so helpful. Well, I guess I'd better be going.
Oh, no, dear. We're just going to have some coffee.
No, thank you, Mrs. Herrick. I really should go. I'm a little tired from the trip. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Captain John.
Good night.
Sally. Good night, Carl.
Excuse me. I'll see you to the car, huh?
Well, personally, I could do with a cup of that coffee.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, me too.
Terry.
Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's story, and that you'll be with us next week for another episode of Waterfront.